Today it's my honor to introduce to you Keith Barnier, who will be the 18th head coach in ACU's history. Keith comes with a great track record in the sport, and as I look on the forefront of every search, we kind of identify what are the key things that we feel our program is really in need of and where would we like to ultimately land at the end of a search. And for me, I think as we launch in to this new era of Division I athletics, we want to find somebody who, one, had experience at that level, who could bring expertise in the area of recruiting and managing a program that's there of that size and that caliber, and to be able to navigate that process. Also to find somebody who could maximize and who's recruited at a high level. You know, ACU's got an outstanding tradition and history that we're all well aware of in track and field, and to be able to bring the caliber of student athletes that can continue to perform at the national level, which is our desire, was a big attribute. Keith's certainly done that at several of his previous stops. You know, also wanted to find somebody, one of the things I think that really set Coach Barnier apart as we move forward in the process is not only to get somebody who can construct and recruit the type of student athletes that can compete at a national level, but also somebody who's a teacher. Track and field, just like all of our sports, has a great opportunity to be able to cultivate and coach and teach and develop talent, and he's certainly been able to do that at his previous stops as well. And then last, you know, as we look at moving forward with ACU track and field, to find someone who can help us reconnect from a personality standpoint with our alumni base, with our former track alums and lettermen, to restore you know, just the tradition and the excellence that we've come to know for was extremely important. And so today, as we launch into this new era, it's my privilege to introduce to you Keith Barnier as the 18th coach in ACU's track and field history.
Thank you very much, Jared, for the kind words, Lance and Dr. Schubert. Thank you so much for choosing me to be a leader of one of the storied coaching jobs and traditions in track and field and cross-country history. This is a great university, an absolutely amazing alumni base that have done some amazing things, an amazing fan base, a lot of expectations, and I couldn't be any more prouder to be the leader and the gatekeeper of all programs, men's and women's track and cross-country. One of the biggest things that I know that has to be done is put together what I call a village to raise an army, meaning a coaching staff that understands that we are in an academic environment where we're developing students to learn, to grow, and to develop. And more important, it's really important that everybody understands the mission of this university, and I couldn't be any more proud to once again be the leader of men's and women's track and cross country. You probably don't, most of you don't know me, but I spent the 80s as a Division III coach, so I got a chance to learn early about selling the school, because you don't really have big scholarships to offer anybody at the end of your spiel. So you better learn about the university and what it has to offer. I spent the 90s in Division I working at the University of Alabama in Clemson, where I learned to go recruit the best people in the world. You learn that track and field is a real global event. And that's what I love about this university, because every time I read a mission statement about this university, it talks about being globally relevant. And that's what we have to be, especially as we go forward on the world of Division I, track and field and cross country. I also learned at those schools, I had athletes win Olympic gold medals, World Junior Championship titles, World Championships. We won ACC and SEC titles. And in doing so, anything that I need to do here, I feel like I've already done it at other schools. Now we have to do it here at ACU. And I couldn't be any more proud to attempt that with especially the history that we have. And I spent 2000 till present at my alma mater, Minnesota State Moorhead, where when I got there we had $5,000 in scholarships to give. And that goes pretty quick. But we did manage to have national champions in the pole vault and the throws. We had athletes that competed in almost every event at the national level over the last years. We managed to win a couple of team titles, about 7 of them. And so I understand now every single event is important at this university. The throws are just as important as the cross country. We're not going to be a university that is just good at one sport, one event. I look forward to taking everything that I learned of getting individuals to the top of what they do in the world to a team that now has to meet the expectations of the realities of Division I track and cross country. And so I feel honored to get a chance to do that. My wife Sylvia is an alum of here. She's the most amazing person I've ever met in my life. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to marry that person. And I was on this campus as early as 1990. I don't know if Wes Kitley knew that I was here. But I started dating Sylvia in 1990 and got a chance to meet all her friends, to be here at this university and to call them my friends. And so I understand the quality of people that have come through this university and honored to call them my friends. And finally, I'm kind of a gatherer. This isn't something I can do by myself. This is your team. This is the team that's here now. This is the alumni's team. This is West Texas's team. So if we win a championship, whether it be conference or nationals, I want 5,000 people to say they did that because of me. Thank you.